Well, hello, everybody. Y'all see me, I see y'all. And I know it's y'all favorite day of the week because I'm coming with a new episode of Tuesday Talks with Tiff. So I already know y'all ready for me this week. But I hope everybody having a good Tuesday. Everybody had a good weekend. And guess what? We good people. So we going to have a good rest of the week, right? Yep. I know y'all said it. Yep. So speak it out loud, say it out loud. It is so. We going to have a good rest of this week, okay? So let's get into this because I feel like this is so needed. So, happy June. What do June bring? Summer, um, kids out of school, all of these things, right? Holidays, we just finished up Memorial Day. Now we got Juneteenth coming, Father's Day, just so many different things, celebration, family gatherings, all reunions, all of those things, okay? Love this time of the year. But guess what other big thing happens during this time? Graduations. So congratulations to all the 2025 graduates, whether it's from preschool all the way up to whether you're getting your second doctorate or higher than that. Even if you just getting a certificate just to go out to start working, you passed your CDL. Look, congratulations to the A+++ students, but also to them students that kind of struggled a little bit just to get a C. All of y'all did it and y'all deserve congratulations, which brings me into what my subject is. So, parentals, congratulations to y'all too. But where I want to come to y'all and talk to y'all, I want to talk to the parentals that got like those 18-year-olds and up. Because guess what? It takes a village. So I'm coming to talk to y'all about how do you continue parenting a grown kid? Hoo-hoo. Good subject, right? Now, disclaimer, I am not here to change or talk about anybody's parenting skills. This is just something that I want to give to people because it does take a village and it helped me. So I want to help y'all, okay? So, especially if this is your last child that's turning 18 and it's like, yay, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Or you have one kid like me that, my son turned 18 3 years ago. He'll be 21 next week. Oh my goodness. But anyway, how do you navigate? How do you parent different? Because you no longer are parenting the same way. So you got to change up some things, okay? But I want to just give y'all a few things to help y'all navigate through continuing to raise and parent and guide grown children. Okay, so here we go. This is in no way order. Actually, it's just coming from a membrane. So just stick with me, okay? So the first thing is celebrate them. Okay. Celebrate the small wins, not just the big ones, but you got to celebrate the small ones. If you have children that are not going off to college, that are just going into the workforce, celebrate the small things. It goes a long way. We don't live in the same era that, of course, us 80s babies did when we were coming up in the 90s and the late 2000s, where we were trying to get out. Stuff is hard today. And these kids got access to news, they got access to the internet, so they can see all of these things. Little bit of fear, they are okay, but it's sometimes we have to navigate them through the things that they need to know. So celebrate them. Celebrate the small things. I'm so serious. If they got, you know, a good commission at work, if they, got something just like I said, something small, some type of good accolade, celebrate them. Okay. Now, depending on how extra you want to be, hey, but celebrate them. Listen to them. Listening to your children, especially the grown ones, can cause a lot of things to not be disconnected. I know sometimes we see our children and we see a vision for them, but we got to understand that our children are not us. And sometimes we have to guide them in the way that sometimes they want to go. Now, we can be a listening ear and we can give advice and we can say, well, instead of looking at it like this, let's look at this part. Oh, Dad, Mom, I ain't even think about that. Mama, for real? Oh, man, I went over there and that's what it was. But you got to make sure that you start with the base of what they want. We might want them to be doctors, but they could want to be an EMT. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're listening to what it is that they want and guide them through it. Coming into that, give them room for error. They are going to mess up. We got to remember, we used to be 18, 19, 20, 21, and so on and so on. We used to be our kids' age. And it's just a different time frame. But they doing the same things that we did. And I'm not talking about drugs and drinking and all this. I'm just talking about in their thought processes. A lot of us was not there yet. And we got to give them a chance to get there. So you have to give them room for error. It's going to happen. I'm sorry, but it is. But we're there to guide them through it, which means as they go through these errors, keep the line of communication open with them. Just because we tell them something and they don't jump on it and start doing it doesn't mean they don't hear us. Give them a moment to get there. They hear us. Now they're in the process of being like, I don't want to tell my mama I heard that. But sometimes coming into a situation of just giving some good communication, and sometimes the communication ain't us talking to them. Sometimes it's just listening. So take them for a drive. Walk around the neighborhood a little bit. Sometimes getting them in a comforting position helps. Summertime, y'all can be outside, go, fishing if you like to. Go, you know what I'm saying, for, I don't know, a nature walk or whatever. Go to a pool, but get them somewhere where you can effectively communicate with them. I ain't trying to tell nobody, to switch off being your kid's friend and all this other stuff, but we have to make sure that we're doing the things in order for them to understand. I hear you. I see you. What can I do to help? Also, teach your children, these grown kids, financial, like literacy. Teach them how to, I ain't gonna say balance a checkbook, but teach them how to look at their account and understand their account. When they swipe that card, this is what happened. This is what can happen if you overdraft your account. Get them into like a what do you call it? Not like a regular bank, but like a credit union. So they can learn. Teach them how to count money. Like, let them pull money out and teach them how to give the cashier money so they know how to count this stuff back out. Because if this stuff go down, they're going to be messed up. It ain't the school's situation to do that. That's ours. That's our lessons, our this. They can come in and help, but it's us. So make sure we're giving them the tools that we were taught, like extra hard. So that way they know. And the mistakes that we make, look, I was the overdraft queen at 18, okay? But I'm teaching my son not how to. So at 21, he knows not to do that. At 21, I knew, but at 18, I didn't. So it's just those things, like, let me show you a different way. Don't be so fast to get no credit cards. You want a credit card? You want this? You don't need no credit card right now. I get it. Oh, you need to build up your credit. No, let them get a credit card when they can afford a credit card. Okay? And then lastly, and I'm just being honest, parents, give yourself room to continue to parent them. And sometimes it's difficult because there are certain laws and certain this you can't do anymore for them. But when you have a good rapport with your children and they are okay with coming to you, those things will come. But you have to give yourself a chance to understand learning your kid, learning who they are now as an adult versus as they were a kid, because we could guide them ourselves, but now they're their own person. And separate that. I'm telling you, it may not work for all, but it works and it helps. And as they continue to navigate through life, it's not so difficult for them. And lastly but not least, make them pay a bill. If they outside working and they 21 and 22 or 18 and they work, make them pay their cell phone bill. I'm just saying, it's going to go a long way. So DM me, message, comment. Let me know what y'all think. We going to get through this all together. Congratulations to all the graduates. And until next week, be your own unique self. But congratulations, parents. Bye.